In this episode, we will go through how to sharpen a wider object, such as a cleaver, using our frontal vertical base. This is done most easily by placing the frontal vertical base in an extended position. Let's hop into it. The first step is to mount the object in the jig and to measure the jig projection. We do this most easily by using our measuring tool for jig projection. In this particular case, the jig projection turns out to be 177 mm. Now it's time to measure the diameter of the grinding wheel. Do this with the help of a caliper. With the size of the grinding wheel determined, it is time to mount it on the machine. In this particular case, the grinding will take place on dual-mounted CBN wheels, 160 and 400 grit. We shape the bevel on 160 grit and apex on 400. Now it's time to mount the frontal vertical base in its extended mode. The mark on the insertion rod is to be flush with the end of the horizontal sleeves on the machine. At this point, head to our software. Select your machine with the frontal vertical base extended and update the values to match yours. In the case distance column, the correct height to set the universal support will be shown in relation to the top of our frontal vertical base. Set the measurement value on a caliper and do as follows. We will now proceed with the grinding. Depending on the condition of the object, it may be beneficial to start with the 80 grit wheel. As shown, the grinding is carried out with the wheel rotation. In most cases, 2 to 3 passes alternating sides is all it takes to shape the bevel. When the work is done on 160 grit, switch to the other wheel and make 1 to 2 passes. Then we start removing the burr. Now it's time to remove the bulk of the burr. We do this on our 250 mm leather honing wheel loaded with 5 micron diamonds. In most cases, 3 to 5 passes alternating sides is all it takes to remove the bulk of the burr. Now it is time to wipe the blade. Use pure isopropanol or white spirit on a cloth and wipe the edge clean. We are now ready to refine the edge even further. It's time to work with the rock-hard felt wheel. Our self-developed rock-hard felt wheel is made of 100% Australian merino wool and has an optimal density for removing the root of the burr. Removing the root of the burr takes the edge to the clean metal, creating an edge that has improved retention and stays sharp times longer. We prepare the rock-hard felt wheel with our 1-micron alcohol-based diamond spray. Shake the bottle thoroughly since the diamonds settle at the bottom. By spraying close to the wheel, you minimize the loss. Rotate the wheel by hand as you go. The rock-hard felt wheel is now ready to use. Now we want to achieve a complete removal of the burr right down to the clean metal. We achieve this by honing at a slightly higher angle using our spacer for frontal vertical base. Swing around the support bar and insert the spacer on the top of the frontal vertical base. No tools are needed for this part. Now it's time to perform the high-angle honing. Three to 5 passes by alternating sides is all it takes to remove the root of the burr. No more wire edge and no more foil edge. From now on, there is just the edge to the clean metal. It is time for finishing up, and for this purpose we use chromium oxide on a 250mm smooth leather honing wheel. We recommend to use it after all the deburring has been completed. Finishing is important to clean up the deburred areas on the edge from any weak metal left after the burr breakout in order to get a sharper and stronger edge. As a bonus, chromium oxide makes the steel carbides stand out and giving a more aggressive cut. We finished by doing one pass on each side at the edge angle.